YouTube, back at you with another video. I actually drove past my old neighborhood, and it's like I could see myself riding down riding my bike down certain roads and blocks. And I remember it was a bike my father built me, and to see how the neighborhood's changed, it's amazing. But then I have to remember, it's almost like 30 years. So, where I'm at now, it's over at it's like a suburb of Jersey, New York, like on the border. So it's only like 15 minutes from the George Washington, so the city. So it's pretty. But anyway, yeah, same old shit, but I'm at the point, again, thanks everybody for the encouragement. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of like I'm not going through the motions, and I understand that it's all a mindset that you have to, have, regardless, I remember my uncle told me, or my father told me about my uncle, because he used to be a numbers runner back in the day, and had yachts and all that kind of shit, maybe involved in drugs. That's always been a interesting question, but anyway, he was definitely a multimillionaire, and had the Rolls Royces and all that stuff, the mansion, which is still here too, which is crazy. But yeah, my father said the thing he respected about my uncle is that when he was on top of the world, rich, he was one way, and then when he lost it all, he was the same way he was when he had it all. And my father always respected that of him, and so I'm trying to hold on to that same sort of merit, I wasn't on top of the world like that, but I was definitely comfortable, and now it's kind of just uncomfortable, but I don't want that to change the essence of who I am, but yeah, that's that. As far as Kratom is concerned, I don't think that I don't know. I think it should start being regulated. I think, because one of the people was telling me about how they think there's an ingredient in the canvas that might be slipping through FDA or whatever, because it is a different feeling. The Converse are, like I said, Feel Freeze was one thing. Them motherfuckers, those were something else. Especially quitting those. I had a difficult time quitting those, but not really. It was. It was. Trust me, it was. You can see my videos. It was tough, but it wasn't as tough as the Converse. Converse were the hardest ones to get off. And like I said, stay away from the motherfuckers if you can. Stay away from all the shit if you can. None of it's really doing you any good. You think it is, but it's not. And it actually does change your personality. You do become somewhat of a monster, selfish and aggressive, yeah. And it's not worth it for the 40 minutes or an hour that you get of feeling great or good. Everything else, that's in itself the illusion, and then the withdrawal is the second illusion, yeah, you're gonna feel sluggish, you feel you can't do nothing, you can't focus, but it doesn't last that long. It lasts longer than it should. I'll tell you that much. But it's in the scheme of things, it ain't that bad, and you start to feel like yourself again, and then that is the best feeling that you can't buy, is when it's finally out of your system. So, but yeah, still dealing with no jobs or whatnot. emails from jobs I'm overqualified for. Don't want me. That's fine. I don't want to be anywhere I'm not wanted. Same thing with women. I don't want to be anywhere with anyone that don't want me. But we kind of hashed it out somewhat last night, so that's some little pressure taken off of me. Because it's like when you're losing everything, it's like everything crumbles. So, you know how that goes. But and it's funny too, because I'm not. or let me put it this way: I've never been, I guess, monogamous sort of. I'm not the boyfriend type. I'll put it that way. I'm definitely not the boyfriend type. I guess I was just way too much of protective of myself, and like I would always leave before things got too deep, because I knew that I didn't want kids, and if I'm dealing with a chick that's in her prime childbearing years, I don't want her to waste them on me, and next thing you know, she's at in her 30s and shit, having a hard time having children. So I would leave so that they could find what they was looking for, even though that shit was tough on my. But many times it was tough, many times it was easy, and then on top of that, I just was not a one-woman man. But and I can always go back to that, but I'm not sure if that's not where my mind is at right now. Not with this one, at least. But whatever. No more. I ain't trying to talk about that shit. But where was I? Yeah, Kratom. Like I said, it's really a hard 4 days, man. It's a hard 4 days, and then it's just the same lingering shit until like day 10, and then day 10 is good, and it stays that way until like fucking day 25, day 30, and that's really the trajectory. Like, there's very little difference between day 10 and day fucking 20, if I'm being honest. At least with these Convers. The Convers really, they did a number on me, man. They did a number on me. Skin, mental, sleep, stomach, all of that was, it was like right below Oxys. But even Oxys was not as hard, because they, like with Oxys, man, like once you get to like day 4 or 5, like it still sucks. Like you're gonna fear the night, but each day gets better. Like there's no inconsistency with the Oxys, but with fucking these things, and with Kratom in general, because the same thing was with the feel freeze. Like some days you're good, then other days you're not, and that the inconsistency is really the what would you say? It's the inconsistency is the sinister part of this shit, because if it was just consistent, I don't think anybody would have a problem going 4 days if the 5th day was gonna most certainly be better than the 4th, and then the 6th better than the 5th, but it doesn't work that way. Like your 4th day may be better than your 6th day. Your 20th day may be worse than your 20 or your 19th day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all over the place, and that can get frustrating and discouraging as well. So be aware that when you guys are quitting, like, just know it's not going to be a upward trajectory the entire time. It's not. And again, you got to force yourself to do things. That's really the hard part, especially if you're trying to quit while working. I've only done that. No, I've done that a couple times, but this last time, that's probably, and honestly, I think the working actually makes it easier to quit. And yeah, I know it's hard, it's tough, I get all that, but what I mean is like mentally, because idle hands is the devil's playground. So if you don't have something to go to, or like something that you have to, like a purpose to push forward for, it's easy to just fall into anhedonia or depression or any of that. But if you got a job, especially a physical one, where you actually have to exert some physicality, that's actually good for you. I know in the beginning it feels like it's not, but that's actually helping you. It's a lot worse when you ain't got shit else to do except go through withdrawal. And I'm being honest, you know. I don't know if I would have gotten over the oxys like I had if I hadn't had that physical job. Because then what it did was it spurred me to go to the gym. So, you know, I created a new hobby, and then by 21 days I was great. And then by 2 months, you've seen the picture. That was the picture. That was me about 3 months coming out of oxy withdrawal, from like April to about June. Yeah, maybe late March to June, whatever, man. April to June. Gym almost every day, working 4 or 5 days a week, physical, and that was the results. And honestly, that was the best I've ever felt in my life. And I was about 30, I want to say 33. Yeah, I think 33, 32, 33, something like that. But you know, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm still trucking along, guys. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but just like everything else, just like withdrawal, this too shall pass, you know. So again, thank you guys for everything, for all the kind words, the encouraging words, and for the support. All of that is greatly appreciated. All right, so you guys take care. If anything changes, I'll definitely let y'all know. All right, peace.